Oh hi, welcome to my art channel. I'm Ley and this is an unboxing and first impressions of the Sennelier La Petite Aquarelle Watercolor 24 half pan travel box. I may be a Saulnier, but my French pronunciation is terrible. It's going to become super apparent very soon, but I am a total beginner with watercolor. I've created maybe one piece that I'm okay with, and even that I would like to redo one day when my skills are better. The only palette I own other than the Sennelier travel box is the super duper cheap Little Paint Pods palette that I'm not fond of because the colors get muddy when you mix them and they're super heavy looking when you try to layer. I'm very excited to have a higher quality palette. I purchased the Sennelier travel box on dessert.ca, which is a local art store. They currently have it listed at $78.49, but I managed to nab it on sale a few months ago for $49.99. Sennelier is a French company named for its founder Gustave Sennelier, who began creating paints in 1887. They produce a wide variety of art products, including watercolors, acrylics, oil paints, paper, ink, and the list goes on. Sennelier offers two watercolor ranges, with L'Aquarelle being their professional line and La Petite Aquarelle being their less expensive student line. The travel box I have is from their La Petite line, which, according to their website, was, quote, designed to make it easier to produce mixtures and washes and is perfect for artists who are learning how to master watercolor. The palette itself is a sturdy, high-quality plastic and includes a strap for those painting on the go. Since it is 24 pans, it's a bit larger, not pocket-friendly or even small purse-friendly. A space between the two rows of pans allows you to keep a shorter brush or a water brush in the palette. As I mentioned, this travel box has 24 half pans, but unlike a lot of other palettes, these pans are not removable. The paint doesn't lie flat or evenly in the palette. This doesn't bother me, as I don't feel any of the paints are in danger of falling out of the pans. Their website shows the paints as being more even, but the Dessert's website product image shows otherwise, so I don't think this is a case of my palette being damaged during delivery. The Hinge is Stiff, which you can see me fighting with, and doesn't allow the palette to lie very flat. I would worry about the mixing wells dripping everywhere, so you'd probably want to use a separate palette for mixing. I do regret wetting the pans with drops of water before I began painting with them. They activate so fast that it really wasn't necessary. They sort of became gooey and too heavily pigmented, and then I used way too much water trying to show their more watered down forms towards the bottom of each swatch. I created a sheet for swatches using Adobe InDesign, which I then printed. I did add a line using a fine liner down the middle of the swatches to better tell transparency of the paints. Since I often create my line work before painting, transparency is very important to me. The colors are incredibly vibrant and much brighter than I feel most of their pans give them credit for. I'm super excited to use these. They do dry quite transparent for the most part, aside from the primary red and raw umber, but I think it's typical for red watercolors to not be too transparent. I'm probably wrong on this. Feel free to correct me down below in the comments. Overall, this palette is a huge step up from anything I've ever used for watercolor in the past. Aside from the paint sitting wonky in the pans and fighting with the weird hinge, I really enjoy this palette so far. As I mentioned, I'm super excited to use this to learn and create with watercolors. Thank you for watching this review of the Sennelier La Petite Aquarelle travel box. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to comment below or visit any of my social medias to get in touch. Please subscribe if you want to see more art-related videos from me. I will be participating in Inktober/Drawloween, so expect lots of content coming up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!